There's one smart way to deal with toxic people that changes everything, and that's removing the power you give them over your emotions. Toxic people thrive on reactions. They feed on your anger, your confusion, your frustration. The smarter you get, the quieter you become. The moment you stop reacting, you start winning. Silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. It says, I no longer allow you to disturb my peace. That's power. You can't control how others behave, but you can absolutely control how you respond. When you choose stillness over conflict, clarity over chaos, and peace over drama, you rise above them. You become untouchable. That's how you outsmart toxicity, not by arguing, not by explaining yourself, but by mastering emotional discipline. Not everything deserves a response, and not everyone deserves access to you. This is the smartest armor you'll ever wear in a world filled with noise, manipulation, and emotional games. The smartest people know this. The most effective way to disarm a toxic person is through indifference. When you stop caring about what they say or think, they lose their grip on you. Toxic people hate being ignored. They want center stage in your mental space. They want your reactions, your energy, your time. So what do? You give them nothing. No energy, no attention, no emotion. You stay cool, you walk away, you focus on yourself. It's not about being rude, it's about survival, because constantly engaging with toxic energy drains your soul. It pollutes your peace, and once you decide to protect your peace like it's sacred, your entire life starts to transform. You stop wasting energy on people who don't deserve it, and that energy starts flowing back into you. Into your goals, your mindset, your healing. That's the kind of quiet power that speaks louder than any argument ever could. Think of toxic people like quicksand. The more you fight them, the deeper you sink. They're experts at manipulation. They twist your words, provoke your emotions, and play the victim when called out. So the smartest strategy, don't engage. You stay grounded, you observe. You respond only when necessary, and even then, with calm precision. Your silence becomes your defense, and your emotional control becomes your offense. Toxic people are uncomfortable in the presence of someone they can't provoke. You become a mirror showing them who they are without giving them ammunition. That's how you win. You don't shout. You don't explain. You simply don't fall into their trap. You hold your ground like a warrior of peace. That's the kind of strength that doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be real. And once you master it, no one can drag you back into the emotional chaos you've outgrown. Toxic people want you to lose yourself. That's the trap. They want you to doubt your worth, question your truth, and shrink yourself to fit their narrative. But the smartest move you can make is to know who you are so deeply that no one's opinion can shake you. Your self-awareness becomes your shield. You stop asking, why are they treating me like this? And start asking, why am I still allowing it? That shift in mindset is everything. Because once you realize you have the power to walk away, to detach, to protect your energy, everything changes. You don't need their validation. You don't need their apology. You don't need to win them over. All you need is clarity. Clarity that some people aren't meant to stay in your life, and that's okay. Let them go. Bless them and block them. You're not responsible for fixing broken people who refuse to grow. You're only responsible for protecting your peace. One of the smartest things you can do is to stop trying to fix toxic people. It's not your job. You're not their therapist, their savior, or their emotional punching bag. You're a human being with boundaries, needs, and a future that doesn't include constantly cleaning up someone else's emotional mess. The more you try to rescue them, the more you drown with them. And that's not love. That's self-betrayal. So stop. Let them deal with the consequences of their own behavior. Let them sit in the chaos they create. You walk out of it. You choose peace over rescue, because the truth is, not everyone wants to change. Some people just want an audience for their drama. Don't be that audience, be the example instead. Show them what growth looks like. Show them what strength looks like. And if they can't rise with you, then they were never meant to walk with you. Simple. You know what's underrated, walking away without a war. That's smart. That's powerful. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise enough to know your energy is sacred. When someone's presence consistently robs you of joy, self-respect, and mental peace, it's time to exit. Quietly, no drama, no final words, no emotional breakdown. Just a calm departure, because your silence is your closure. You don't owe toxic people an explanation. You owe yourself a better life. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is close the chapter with grace and never look back. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-love. You heal faster when you stop reopening the door for people who keep wounding you. You grow faster when you stop giving access to those who never valued it. So walk away, not to punish them, but to protect the version of you that deserves peace. The smartest people set boundaries like it's self-care, because it is. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They're gates that decide who gets to come in. Toxic people don't respect boundaries, and that's your first sign to stand firm. When someone constantly crosses your line, pushes your limits, or disrespects your values, don't explain, enforce. Your peace is not up for debate. The moment you say no, without guilt, stop, without fear, and enough, without hesitation, you reclaim your power, and the right people will respect that. The wrong ones will test you. Let them. Every test reveals who's really for you. But don't bend, don't soften your voice to make them comfortable. Boundaries are not cruelty, they are clarity. They are the smartest gift you can give yourself in a world full of takers. Here's a truth most people avoid. Sometimes toxic people are family. And that makes it harder, but even then, the smart move is the same. Protect your peace. You can love people from a distance. You can respect them without letting them control your mental space. You are allowed to outgrow the pain you were born into. Just because someone shares your blood doesn't mean they get to bleed you dry. You can redefine what family means to you. You can build your own circle, filled with people who uplift, respect, and value you. It's not betrayal, it's liberation. The smartest thing you can do is stop sacrificing your mental health for the sake of tradition. You weren't born to be anyone's emotional dumping ground. You were born to thrive. And sometimes that starts with choosing yourself, even when it's uncomfortable. Your environment shapes your energy. That's why the smartest people audit their circle regularly. They ask, who in my life brings light and who brings chaos? Toxic people often wear the mask of friends, colleagues, even lovers, but the energy doesn't lie. If every interaction leaves you drained, second, guessing, or doubting yourself, it's not healthy, it's toxic. And it's your responsibility to remove yourself from that space. Energy is contagious. Surround yourself with those who heal you, not hurt you, those who speak life into your dreams, not poison into your mind. Protecting your space isn't selfish, it's survival. The smarter you get, the more selective you become. Because when your soul is at peace, everything else falls into place. Your mind gets clearer, your goals get sharper, and your path becomes brighter. That's the power of smart detachment. Toxic people love to make you feel like you're the problem. They're masters at flipping the script. The smarter move is to stop playing the game. Don't defend yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Don't waste your breath proving your intentions to someone who only sees you through their own broken lens. Instead, stay silent. Let them believe what they want. Your truth doesn't need their approval. The more you try to explain, the more tangled you become in their web. Let your actions speak. Let your peace be louder than their drama, because at the end of the day, people only have the power you give them. Reclaim your narrative, reclaim your worth, and remember, someone's inability to see your value doesn't decrease it. It just reveals their blindness. That's not your burden to carry. Every time you choose not to react, you grow stronger. That's the beauty of emotional control. Toxic people want chaos. They want loud arguments, explosive texts, dramatic confrontations. Don't give them that show. Give them your silence. Let them argue with themselves. Let them drown in their own noise. You stay centered, you breathe, you rise, and most importantly, you move on. That's how you win this game, not by fighting fire with fire, but by becoming so focused on your own peace and growth that nothing they say or do touches you. That's real power. It's not about being passive, it's about being so strong that you don't need to prove yourself anymore. The loudest thing you can ever say is nothing. Let them wonder. Let your absence speak. That's the strategy of the smart and the healed. You know what's smart. Stop taking things personally, especially from toxic people. Their words are not a reflection of you. They're a projection of their own pain, insecurity, and unhealed wounds. The smarter you get, the more you detach from their chaos. You start to see patterns. You realize that their anger isn't really about you. Their bitterness isn't because of you. You were just in the way when they were looking for someone to blame. Don't internalize that. Let it go. Protect your spirit. Hold on to your truth. Because if you keep drinking poison trying to understand their pain, you'll never heal. The smartest way to protect your heart is to stop expecting healthy behavior from people who aren't emotionally healthy themselves. You can't fix them, but you can free yourself. Smart people don't chase closure. They understand that sometimes the apology never comes, the explanation never arrives, and the toxic person never changes. And that's okay. Closure doesn't come from them. It comes from you, from deciding to heal without the answers, from letting go even when it hurts, from choosing yourself even when you were never chosen. That's emotional maturity, that's strength, and that's what separates you from the ones who tried to break you, because healing isn't waiting for someone to fix what they shattered. It's picking up the pieces, building something stronger, and refusing to let bitterness harden your heart. That's what smart people do. They turn pain into power every single. Tim, one of the smartest realizations is that you don't need to react to every insult, every passive-aggressive comment, every manipulative jab. Some things are so far beneath your energy that your silence becomes the ultimate clapback. Let them talk, let them lie, let them act like the victim. You rise, because in the end, what matters is not how they see you, it's how you see yourself. Protect that vision, protect your peace like it's gold. Don't give toxic people the satisfaction of seeing you break. Let them see you evolve, quietly, powerfully, authentically. Let your life speak so loud that their words disappear in the background. That's how you turn toxicity into transformation. That's how smart people win, by refusing to stoop down when they were always meant to rise. Here's the ultimate smart move. Build a life so full of purpose, growth, and peace that toxic people simply no longer fit in. You stop trying to remove them. They remove themselves because your elevation exposes their stagnation. Your healing shines a light on their wounds, and they can't survive in the environment you're creating. So don't even worry about fighting them. Just focus on building. Build your mindset, build your goals, build your peace, and watch how people start to fall off, not because you pushed them, but because they no longer have a role in your life's next chapter. That's not cruelty, that's evolution, and it's the smartest way to win in silence.